Chapter 1. Physical Health. As you read in the introduction, physical health was the reason I came home early from my mission. When I came home early, I felt like it was my fault, that if only I'd had more faith or been a better missionary, somehow I would not have gotten sick. I considered myself unworthy to be a missionary, because surely if I were worthy to be one, the Lord would have healed me and I would still be on a mission. I beat myself up horribly with thoughts of failure. I struggled to understand and to accept what had happened. I could not believe that I had come home early. I had not wanted this to be how my mission ended. If you experienced such feelings, or are still experiencing them, you are not alone. Indeed, out of all the interviews I did in preparing to write this book, missionaries who came home early for physical health reasons beat themselves up the most. Interestingly, when I talked to those who came home early for other reasons, they'd say things like, well, it's not like I came home early for something legitimate, like a physical health problem, or people can't see my illness like they can a physical illness. I wish my problem had been a physical illness. People would have been much more accepting of me. Or, from someone who came home early due to worthiness issues, I can't really speak for the medical side of coming home early, because that's totally different, but yet the number one thing I heard from missionaries who came home early because of a physical illness was that they felt like failures. They were also sometimes treated by others close to them as failures. This feeling of failure is extremely common among those who return home early, for any reason. Dr. Kristen Danner Reber, in her article, Return with Trauma, reported, quote, many young men and women who return early perceive their mission experience as a failed effort. They personalize it and often feel ostracized and unfairly judged by other members of the church. End quote. Also, according to Dr. Danner Reber, 34% of early releases are due to physical health reasons. Physical health is the second most common reason for an early return. The most common reason is mental health, at 38%. These feelings of failure can last a long time, especially if there is a lack of support upon returning home. Emma, who was treated poorly by her friends and her bishop, struggled to tell me about her experience 15 years after it happened. My friend Tyler was so hard on himself after he came home, and had others be so hard on him, that he left the church for 2.5 years. He has since come back, but he still struggles to feel as though he belongs, and avoids talking about his mission, which took place 8 years ago. I had plenty of support upon returning home, but it took about 2 years to get to the point where I acknowledged that my mission happened. Before then, I simply wanted to forget about it, and behaved as though it had never happened. It took me another 2 years to openly tell people in conversations that I had come home early due to some physical health problems, and another year to no longer see myself as a failure, and to look back on my mission and early homecoming as amazing learning experiences. Basically, it took 5 years for me to stop feeling like a failure. It's interesting how the adversary works, isn't it? Satan will do anything to make us feel as though we are unworthy in the sight of the Lord and our fellow men. And I think that's why he works so hard on missionaries who come home early for the most obvious and most accepted reason, and on those they interact with. He does everything he can to keep these missionaries from feeling the support and encouragement of others, and amplifies every negative comment. The battle becomes less physical and more mental.